time of Dish with D. That's me. Hello. First, I'd like to thank y'all for following, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am Denise. I am Denise, same thing. I dish about WW topics, weight loss topics, and topics in general. And if you'd love me to vlog about something, please leave it in the comments section below. That would be fabulous. And if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It helps our analytics here on YouTube to show that we're, I know there's a lot of people, Joan had pointed it out to me, that there's a lot of people that watch just aren't subscribed. If you don't know how to subscribe, please email me at dishwithd@yahoo.com and I will show you how to subscribe. And welcome. And the topic today comes from Charity. One of my subscribers, Charity, said, D, would you vlog about eating, snacking late at night, snacking after dinner, snacking before bed? Good topic, Charity. And I'm going to tell you, remember, I should preface most of my videos this way, is these are my opinions. These are, you do what you need to do. Like, if you feel that, D, you're crazy, I've been called worse, trust me. But this is my take on things and my experience. So you might have different experiences. Doesn't make mine wrong or yours wrong. It just makes ours different because we're all different. But this has been my experience. I had severe reflux. This is annoying me. I won't stay down. About after I had, well, I couldn't just say after having my last kid. I've had reflux. I had gallbladder problems for years. And then after I had my baby, who's now 20 and a half, I had my gallbladder out the following year. So a lot of my problems could have been reflux, but I had gallbladder issues as well. So I'm not quite sure when the reflux started, but it got intense after I had my gallbladder out because that's the reason for my problem. So I had severe, if anybody knows what reflux is, it gets worse when you eat after dinner, like at night, and then go to bed. So the food sits in there, it doesn't digest properly, and things come back up, and your stomach acids come up, and you get a lot of pain, you get a lot of burning, you get a lot of tasting food. It's not very pleasurable. And I had to sleep propped up for years because that helps because you're not flat. And so I suffered with that for years. So, and of course I always blamed it on being hereditary. My father had a lot of stomach issues. My God, every time we would go to the food store, he'd buy Maalox. So I just assumed I was just predisposed to it. That's the word. But lo and behold, I lose about probably the first 75 pounds, no reflux. And really rewind before I get to that. I had to stop. When you have reflux, you can't eat. Dinner was always my last food because I had to digest it all before I go to sleep. And back then, when the kids were little, I used to go to bed probably at 10 o'clock. I was tired. When you're a mom of young kids, they run you ragged. And I was always, really more tired than I am now. Probably sleep apnea as well. But so I was going to bed probably around 10, 10:30, sometimes 11. So I would be bothered because if I ate like 8 o'clock, I had popcorn or peanuts, anything I would eat, I would have pain. I'd have to get up, take some antacids, sometimes take Zantac, Prevacid. My doctor had me on for a while. Sometimes I would just take it precautionary, but sometimes still suffer because so I got into the habit of not eating after dinner. Once dinner, I would have dessert sometimes, but once I was off the table, there's no food going in my mouth. And was I hungry? Yeah. But after a while, again, it becomes a routine for me because I knew I didn't want to suffer. So I didn't want to have getting up, the pain, because once you're up and you have that pain, it's hard to go back. I'd have to go downstairs, sleep in the recliner, the dog would climb up, I'd have a ginger ale. I shouldn't say the dog was, towards the end of the dog. 2013, I was still suffering, so yeah, the dog was around. So take a ginger ale would help. Ginger ale is so good for anything that's upset because I would have that horrible metal taste in my mouth. If you've ever had reflux, that taste it's gross. So that would always make me want to throw up. But throwing up was worse because I'd bring up all that acid. So yeah, so throwing up, you try not so hard not to throw up because you just know you're going to feel a heck of a lot worse. So I just got into the habit of not eating because even though I was hungry, the thought of being up with those pains outweighed being hungry. So I got into the habits of not eating. So now I don't snack at night. So it's hard for me to attack this subject because in my mind, even though I don't have it anymore, I'm in a habit of not eating, so I don't think about food. I mean, once in a while, Steve will bring out the peanuts, or I make a bowl of popcorn, and I do indulge. Does it bother me anymore? No. Now that I've lost the weight, it really has helped tremendously. And I would be the first one to tell you that it's not my weight. It's not my weight. Yeah, it was my weight. But, if you have points, WW says that you should, you could eat them and lose weight. That is, and I'm a big opponent of eating your points. But, there was a but coming. I personally worry about your body digesting food late at night. Can it digest? Now, you might not have reflux. You might be able to sleep flat, eat a bowl of popcorn, eat a handful of peanuts. Are always the worst for me. They always cause me the worst pain. I guess because certain foods just don't digest, like peanuts and stuff. So, like I always think your body has to burn it off. So if it's going into a sleep, yes, you do burn calories while you sleep. But my question is, would you fare better eating when you're more active? See, that's where I would be with this. I am not an opponent of eating late. I mean, a small snack is one thing, but several snacks is a different thing. If you're saving like 6 and 8 points for between after dinner and bed, that's a lot of points. And I'm not sure how well you're digesting it. See, there's where I have an issue. Me. But if it works for you and you've been losing, who am I to say it don't work? I'm not saying it's not going to work. I'm just saying I just don't know if it works. And if you're struggling with weight loss, maybe it's the late night snacks. That's, and depending on what you're snacking on. I mean, a couple of hard pretzels, some hummus probably wouldn't be that bad. Something that's, again, maybe a whole food that's easier to digest than maybe something processed might be better. I'm not thinking, what would you eat processed late at night? I'm not sure. Maybe popcorn's processed. A lot of things. There's too many whole foods you could eat. Could be your hard-boiled egg at night, maybe. Yes. So I have a hard time with. I mean, like I said, WW says you have the points, but like I said, I just got into the habit of not doing it because I didn't feel well. So, and you do it for a long enough time, and things do become a habit. So I'm trying to get into a habit of maybe not eating in between lunch and dinner, because I'm a big picker in the afternoon. Probably because I'm home. If I was at work, I'd probably be too busy to pick. I don't pick in the morning because I'm at work. But I try to fit in, lower point things, and I do eat within my points. But yeah, I mean, like having ice cream, like a brothel, which technically would be you could do like a 3-point brothel with ice cream. I mean, here's the bottom line. If you don't do it every day, I think it's fine. I wouldn't do it every day. I wouldn't make it a habit of always having a snack between after dinner and going to bed. Or have a piece of fruit. There you go. There's a whole food. I probably thought of one. A banana. Maybe try having a banana. An apple. Apple with like a little bit of peanut butter. Try like something like that. I think would be my suggestion. If you really have to have something, try a whole food so your body can digest. It can digest whole foods much better than a processed food. So that is my advice. And like I said, if it works for you, who am I to say it's not a good idea? I'm not. I'm just with you. I give you what worked for me. And the reason, like I said, the reason I don't snack at night is because I couldn't. I'd be up all night if I had anything after dinner for quite a many years. And now I probably could, but I don't think about it and they always say when you build habits, and yeah, it is true. When you build habits, it just becomes routine. I mean, if I'm out at that's why I hate when we go out to late parties, because it's like it feels weird for me to eat, and then I'm starving because I always eat. I'm a very regimented eater. You will find I eat pretty much the same times every day. I have my breakfast around, unless I sleep in. If I sleep in, but I come up and I'm famished. I usually have my breakfast around 8 o'clock. I usually have my lunch around 1:30, and I usually have my dinner around between 5:30, 5:45, give or take, when we get to the table. So that is we're talking every day. I didn't realize how regimented I was eating, but I am. I used to eat my lunch at work, but I don't get that much time, and I want to enjoy my lunch. So I eat my lunch when I come home. I get done at 1 o'clock. I get home by 1:20, and by the time I get my lunch together, depending on what it is, it's usually 1:30, 1:35. And I sit and I enjoy it. And I take my time. I'm not shoveling it down, because it is the truth. If you really wolf your food down, you don't enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, you don't feel like you ate it. And it's all sitting right up here. Half of it's half chewed. And you know what? When you're eating, make a nice meal, make a nice moment out of it. Enjoy your food, savor your food, because these are your points, and you only get so many a day. So you don't want them to be like, what did I have for lunch? I don't remember. You want to remember your food. So I try to say, if you could sit there and make I always put a nice plate down. I sit at the table. I have a nice cup of tea with my lunch. The dog sits and begs. So it's my new routine, and it's been really helpful. I think it's really, again, with getting to goal, I think that's been important. And sometimes I have a snack in between lunch, and it just depends. Sometimes I have a hard-boiled egg, sometimes I have a couple of pretzels, some almonds. I think that's another habit too. I'm not really sure if I just want it or I want it. I have to decide between head hunger and belly hunger. Sometimes I don't know the difference. I don't. But I hope, Charity, that sheds some light. Like I said, everybody has their own way of dealing with their points. You get the amount of points you get a day, and it's up to you to say when you can have them. I personally, again, this is just my opinion, to reiterate, I don't know how well you digest at night. You're less active, you're watching like TV, or so if you're not actively burning them, I'm just afraid they're sitting there. And if that's my 2 cents. You don't have to agree, you don't have to disagree. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have anything you would like me to dish about, please leave it in the comment section below. Have a fantastic day. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It means the world to us YouTubers that we get subscriptions, because YouTube values us as a channel. So the subscriptions do help. It doesn't cost you anything. You just need an email, come in a profile, and then you can comment. That's the best part of it all. You get to comment on my videos. Give me your 2 cents. Hopefully it's good 2 cents. I love it. So have a great day. We will dish another day. And today's Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday. Give me a topic for tomorrow.